Good evening. The story you are about to hear is a work of fiction. Tonight we examine what falls from the sky when the heavens have something to say. A meteorite, they'll call it, a natural phenomenon suitable for scientific study and newspaper headlines. How reassuring it must be to have a name for everything, even the things that should remain nameless. You'll witness this tale through news broadcasts, radio programs, diary entries, and the occasional sermon, all very orderly and modern. I suspect the family at the center of it all would have preferred something less comprehensive. The voices you'll hear were generated by artificial intelligence, though directed by a human hand, which explains any questionable creative choices. The story itself required the considerably less reliable intelligence of a human writer. Any resemblance to persons living or dead is, as the lawyers insist I mention, purely coincidental. Though if you know anyone who's encountered colors that shouldn't exist, I'd prefer you keep that to yourself. One final thought before we begin. You'll hear a great deal about things changing in the valley, plants growing wrong, animals becoming unrecognizable, people losing themselves piece by piece. Just remember, change is perfectly natural. It's only the direction that's troubling. I believe our evening news is about to begin. Enjoy the show.
Good evening. I'm Randolph Carter. It's 6 o'clock on this beautiful May 18th, and we've got a great evening ahead for the Arkham area. We'll start with the weather, because if you're planning on watching the meteor shower tonight, you're in luck. Let's take a look at what to expect. We're looking at unusually clear skies tonight, with visibility near perfect across the entire region. Temperatures dropping to a comfortable 62 degrees after sunset. The National Weather Service says conditions are ideal for stargazing, and the Eta Aquarids meteor shower should peak around 11 p.m. Astronomers are expecting one of the best shows in years, so grab a blanket and head outside if you can. Tomorrow looks equally beautiful. Sunny, high near 78, light winds from the west. The extended forecast shows this gorgeous spring weather holding through the weekend. Turning now to local news. The Gardner family of Arkham Valley received state recognition today for excellence in agriculture. Nahum and Mirren Gardner were honored at a ceremony in Boston for their exceptional produce quality and prize-winning livestock. The Gardner farm has been in the family for 3 generations, and this year's crops have been called some of the finest in New England. State agriculture officials specifically praised the farm's pristine well water, which Mr. Gardner credits for the quality of both crops and livestock. Their cattle have won blue ribbons at the county fair for the past 5 years running. In other local news, the Arkham Water Authority announced that survey work will begin next week on the proposed reservoir site in Arkham Valley. The project, which has been in planning for 2 years, aims to address the city's growing water needs. Authority Director Thomas Marsh told reporters the valley's aquifer currently feeds into the municipal water supply for Western Arkham, serving approximately 30,000 residents. The new reservoir would increase capacity by 40% and provide more reliable access during dry summers. Construction is expected to begin in 18 months if geological surveys prove favorable. And now for sports. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 4-3 in extra innings this afternoon. It was a nail-biter, with Boston scoring the winning run in the bottom of the 11th on a sacrifice fly by Jarren Duran. Just a moment. I'm being handed a note here. We're getting reports from several viewers in the western part of the county about a bright flash in the sky, visible just before 6 o'clock. Probably just an early meteor from tonight's shower, though it sounds like it was quite spectacular. If you saw it and managed to get a photo, we'd love to see it. Send it to our website. Back to the game. Boston's victory puts them 2 games ahead in the division, and they'll be looking to extend that lead tomorrow night at Fenway. First pitch is at 7:15. That's the news for this Tuesday evening. Don't forget to look up around 11 if you want to catch those meteors. I'm Randolph Carter. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good evening. I'm Randolph Carter with Channel 7 News. What we thought was a spectacular meteor sighting last night has turned into something far more significant. A meteorite has been confirmed on the Gardner property in Arkham Valley, and scientists from Miskatonic University are on site examining what they're calling a truly unusual specimen. Our correspondent Herbert West has been at the farm since this morning. Herbert, what can you tell us?
Randolph, I'm standing about 50 yards from the impact crater, and I have to tell you, this is not what I expected when I drove out here this morning. The crater itself is massive, roughly 30 feet across, still steaming even though the impact happened nearly 24 hours ago. I spoke with Nahum Gardner earlier, the owner of this property. He heard a series of explosions around 5:45 yesterday evening, rushed outside, and found this glowing stone in the middle of his west pasture. His exact words, "It looked like a piece of the sun had fallen into my field." Now here's what's strange, Randolph. Mr. Gardner's prize cattle, the ones that won all those ribbons we reported on just yesterday, they won't go anywhere near the crater. They're huddled at the far end of the pasture. And the family dogs have been barking non-stop since last night, but they refuse to approach the impact site either. The scientists from Miskatonic arrived around 10 this morning with equipment. They've been running tests all day, and I can see them taking samples right now. There's something else I should mention. The stone has this smell, kind of sweet but like rotting flowers mixed with hot metal. It's hard to describe.
Herbert, have the scientists said anything about the stone's composition?
They're being cautious with their statements, but I did overhear one of them saying the density readings don't make sense. They're planning to transport it to the university tomorrow for more detailed analysis. Back to you, Randolph.
Fascinating reporting, Herbert. Joining us now to help us understand what might be happening here is Dr. Henry Armitage, professor of environmental science at Miskatonic University. Dr. Armitage, what can you tell us about this meteorite?
Well, Randolph, I want to be clear that we're still in the very early stages of examination. But what we're seeing is, frankly, quite remarkable. The meteorite exhibits several properties that are, let's say, atypical. First, the thermal retention. This object landed nearly a full day ago, and it's still radiating significant heat. That's not normal cooling behavior. Second, the texture. Most meteorites are either iron-based or rocky, both of which are quite hard. This specimen has an almost plastic quality to it. When we attempted to chip samples, it absorbed the hammer blows rather than fracturing.
That's unusual.
Very much so. And then there's what we found inside. Embedded within the stone is a luminescent globule, roughly the size of a golf ball. It emits a strange glow that's, well, it's difficult to describe the color. I've never seen anything quite like it in my 20 years studying geological specimens.
Is there any concern about the meteorite being dangerous? Should people in the area be worried?
We're conducting safety tests, of course, but I want to emphasize that there's no immediate cause for alarm. Meteorites fall to Earth all the time. This one is certainly unusual, which is why we're so interested in studying it. But unusual doesn't mean hazardous. The Gardner family has been in close proximity to it for a full day with no ill effects. We'll be transporting the specimen to our laboratory tomorrow, where we can conduct more thorough analysis in a controlled environment. This could provide valuable insights into the composition of materials from beyond our solar system. It's quite an opportunity for the scientific community.
Dr. Armitage, thank you for taking the time to speak with us this evening. We'll continue to follow this fascinating story as it develops. For Channel 7 News, I'm Randolph Carter. Good night.
May 19th, 2026. Field notes. Amy Pierce, land surveyor. Day 1 of the Arkham Valley Reservoir Site Survey. I should start with the survey parameters. The proposed reservoir site covers approximately 43 acres in the Western Valley. Elevation ranges from 800 to 820 feet. Soil composition appears suitable. Bedrock at 12 to 18 feet depth. All standard, all normal. But I'm not recording these notes to discuss the survey. I went to the Gardner farm today to see the meteorite. Everyone in town is talking about it. Flash in the sky last night. Impact crater in Nahum Gardner's north field. I figured, professional curiosity. I work with rocks and soil. Why not see a rock from space? I wish I hadn't. Not because it's dangerous, at least, not obviously dangerous, but because it contradicts everything I know about how rocks should behave. Fundamentally contradicts it. The crater is approximately 15 feet in diameter, roughly 6 feet deep at the center. The stone itself, maybe 4 feet across, ovoid, pitted surface, still steaming. That's the first oddity. It fell last night, 14 hours ago. Should have cooled by now, but it's still radiating heat, not burning hot, just warm, unnaturally warm. The scientists from Miskatonic were there, taking samples, running tests. I watched one of them tap the stone with a geological hammer. The sound was off, not the sharp ping of iron, not the dull thud of sedimentary rock. It absorbed the impact, made a sound like tapping soft plastic or cartilage. One of the scientists said the density readings don't make sense. Too heavy for its size. But also porous. He said it's like it exists in two states at once. Dense and hollow. Solid and permeable. I don't understand what that means. I don't think he did either. But the real oddity, the thing I can't stop thinking about, is the color. There's a globule inside the stone, visible through a crack, a bubble of something. It glows, faintly, even in daylight. And the color, I don't have words for it. It's not blue. It's not purple. It's not any color I've ever seen. My eyes, they register it, but my brain can't process it, can't categorize it. It's like trying to imagine a new primary color. Impossible. But there it is. One of the younger scientists. He stared at it too long. Had to sit down. Said he felt dizzy, nauseous. I felt it too, just from glancing at it. A wrongness, like the color itself, violates something. Some rule of reality I didn't know existed. The animals sense something the instruments can't detect. That's what really unsettles me. Gardner's cattle, prize-winning livestock, healthy, well-fed, they're all pressed against the far fence, as far from the crater as they can get, won't come near it. The dogs, 3 farm dogs, they're at the house, whining, constant high-pitched whining, wouldn't come out to the field when Gardner called. And the birds. I spent 3 hours at the farm, surveying, observing. Not a single bird flew over that crater. They circle around it, wide arcs, like there's an invisible barrier, an exclusion zone only they can sense. There's a smell too, faint, but distinctive, sweet, but sickening, like copper and dying flowers, like something organic, rotting, but also metallic. I've never smelled anything like it, and I've been doing field work for 15 years. Nahum Gardner, the farmer, he's uneasy. You can see it in his eyes. Keeps saying it's probably nothing, just a rock. Scientists will figure it out, but he doesn't believe it. Neither does his wife. She wouldn't come near the crater, stayed at the house with the boys, said she had a headache. But I think she's afraid. The scientists are taking the stone to Miskatonic tomorrow for proper analysis, laboratory conditions, spectroscopy, all the tests they can't do in a field. They seem excited, puzzled, but not frightened. I wonder if they should be. I'll be working in this valley for the next few weeks, surveying for the reservoir, taking soil samples, measuring grade and drainage. Normal work, routine, but I'll keep watch, keep notes. Something about this, about that stone, about that color, feels significant, like the beginning of something, not the end. I hope I'm wrong. End of entry.
Good evening, night owls. You're listening to the Midnight Line, and I'm your host, Warren Rice. It's 11:07 p.m. on this beautiful May evening, and if you're anywhere near Arkham, you probably know what we're talking about tonight. Last night, around 10:30 p.m., something fell from the sky. Witnesses across the valley reported seeing a bright flash, hearing what some described as explosions, and this morning, they found it, a meteorite, right in the middle of Nahum Gardner's farm in Arkham Valley. Now, we've all seen shooting stars. We've all made wishes on them. But an actual meteorite impact, right here in our backyard, that's something special. The lines are already lighting up. Let's go to our first caller. You're on the Midnight Line.
Warren, hi. This is Frances. I've been listening to your show for years. First-time caller.
Welcome, Frances. What's on your mind?
I was wondering, has anyone been able to determine the composition yet? I mean, is it iron, stone, some kind of rare mineral? I'm fascinated by the idea that this thing traveled through space for who knows how long, and ended up here, in Arkham.
From what I've heard, the scientists from Miskatonic are still running tests. They're saying it's unusual. The density readings aren't quite matching what they'd expect. But hey, that's what makes it interesting, right? If it was just another chunk of rock, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Exactly. I think it's wonderful. I mean, how often does something like this happen? It's like the universe reaching out and touching us.
That's a beautiful way to put it, Francis. Thanks for the call. Next caller, you're on.
Warren, Robert Olmsted here. I'm an amateur astronomer. Been tracking near-Earth objects for about 10 years now.
Perfect. Robert, did you see anything last night? Track anything unusual?
That's the thing. I was out with my telescope, doing some routine observations, and I saw it. The entry. It came in steep, maybe 60 degrees, which is anomalous. Most meteorites come in at a much shallower angle. And the color, Warren. The trail. It wasn't the normal orange or white you see with meteors. It was, I don't know how to describe it, almost violet, but not quite. Like a color I've never seen before.
Interesting. And you've seen a lot of meteors, right?
Hundreds. But nothing like this. I actually drove out to the Gardner farm today to see the stone itself. Warren, it's remarkable. There's this glow inside it. You can see it through the cracks. And the color it's the same color as the trail. That impossible color. I've been reading about spectroscopy, about how different elements burn different colors, but this doesn't match anything I know.
So you're thinking this could be what? Some exotic element? Something not found on Earth?
Maybe. Or something from a different type of stellar environment. A different kind of star formation. I'm excited. You know, this could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The scientists are talking about publishing papers. This could put Arkham on the map.
That's the spirit. Thanks for calling in, Robert. Keep us posted on what you observe. All right, next caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, Warren. Walter here. Look, I don't mean to be a killjoy, but it's a rock. It fell from space. That's interesting, sure. But people are acting like it's the second coming or something.
You sound skeptical, Walter.
Because it's geology. Meteors fall all the time. Thousands of them. Most burn up in the atmosphere. A few make it to the ground. This one happened to land near Arkham. That doesn't make it magic. The scientists will test it, catalog it, and it'll end up in a museum somewhere. That's it.
Fair enough. But what about the aberrant properties? The color, the heat retention?
Irregular doesn't mean supernatural. It just means we don't understand it yet. Give the scientists time. They'll figure it out. There's always a rational explanation.
I appreciate the rational perspective, Walter. Keeps us grounded. Thanks for calling. So there you have it, folks. We've got excitement, scientific curiosity, and healthy skepticism. All perfectly normal reactions to something falling from the stars. One more caller before the break. You're on the Midnight Line.
Warren, it's Frances again. Sorry, I wanted to mention something I forgot to say before.
Sure, go ahead.
My dog. She's been acting strange since last night. Since the meteor fell. She won't go in the backyard, just sits at the door and whines. And we're miles from the Gardner farm. It's probably nothing, but I thought it was odd.
Huh. That is interesting. Animals can be sensitive to things we can't detect. Probably just spooked by the noise last night, but keep an eye on it. Let us know if anything else happens. All right, folks, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, more calls about the Arkham Valley meteorite. This is the Midnight Line, and you're listening to Warren Rice. Stay with us.
All right, so I've been following this meteorite story pretty closely, and Joseph Kerwin is here with me. He actually saw the thing fall. You were driving on Route 43 when it happened. Is that right?
Yeah, I was heading home from work. It was about 5:45, maybe 5:50. Still light out.
So walk me through what you saw, because I've talked to a few people who claim they saw something, but you were close enough to actually see it hit the ground.
Okay, so I'm driving west on 43. And suddenly the sky just lights up. I mean, bright, like someone turned on stadium lights. I thought it was lightning at first, but the sky was completely clear. And then I see this streak coming down. And I don't even know how to describe the color. It wasn't white or orange like you'd expect from a meteor. It was different.
Different how?
I keep trying to explain it, and I can't. It's like, you know how sometimes you see colors at the edge of your vision that you can't quite name? It was like that. But I was looking right at it. Almost, I don't know, iridescent, but something wasn't right about it.
So you're watching this thing come down. What happened next?
It hit maybe half a mile away toward the Gardner farm. And the sound, man, it wasn't one impact. It was like boom, 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 a string of explosions. My car shook from the concussion. I actually pulled over because I thought maybe I'd blown a tire or something.
Did you go check it out? Because that's what I would have done. Like, if I just saw something fall out of the sky, I'd want to see what it was.
I thought about it. But, here's the thing. After the impact, there was this smell, even from the road. I could smell it. Sweet, but not in a good way. Like, you know when fruit goes bad and gets that fermenting smell? It was like that mixed with, I don't know, burning metal or something.
That's interesting because the reporter mentioned the same thing today. He said it smelled like rotting flowers and hot metal.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. And I'll tell you something else. The smell triggered something visceral, like nauseous. But also, I don't know, anxious? It's hard to explain. My gut was telling me to leave, so I did.
Okay, but here's what I'm trying to figure out. You saw this thing fall, and it's clearly peculiar, right? The weird color, the multiple explosions, the strange smell, but the scientist they interviewed was pretty calm about the whole thing. Dr. Armitage said it's unusual but not dangerous. So do you think he's downplaying it, or were you just spooked by something that's actually harmless?
I mean, I'm not a scientist. Maybe he's right and it's perfectly safe. But I've lived around here my whole life, and I've seen plenty of meteorites. We get shooting stars all the time. This wasn't like those. This felt, I don't know, off.
Right, but off doesn't necessarily mean dangerous. It could just be that you saw something genuinely rare, and your brain didn't know how to process it. Like, our pattern recognition is designed for Earth stuff, right? So when something from outside the solar system shows up with weird properties, of course your brain is going to flag it as unusual. That's not the same as it being harmful.
Yeah, you're probably right. I hope you're right. It's just, I keep thinking about that smell. And the Gardner family's dogs. You know? The news said they won't stop barking and won't go near the crater. Animals can sense things we can't sometimes.
True, but animals also freak out over thunder and vacuum cleaners. I'm not saying your instincts are wrong, but I'm also not ready to assume this is some kind of threat based on grotesque smells and nervous dogs. The scientific approach seems like the right call here. They're bringing it to a lab, they'll figure out what it's made of, and we'll know more in a few days.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I can't shake the feeling that something's not right about it.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and sharing what you saw. It's fascinating stuff. We'll definitely keep following the story as it develops. Thanks for being here, Joseph.
Thanks for having me.
Good evening. I'm Randolph Carter with Channel 7 News. It's been 10 days since the meteorite impact in Arkham Valley, and tonight we have disturbing new developments from the Gardner farm. What scientists initially described as a unique specimen is now raising serious questions about environmental contamination. Herbert West has been monitoring the situation. Herbert, what's happening out there?
Randolph, I'm back at the Gardner property, and honestly, I don't even know where to start. When I was here 10 days ago, this was normal farmland. Tonight, it looks like something out of a fever dream. The vegetation around the impact crater has, there's no other way to say this, mutated. The grass is growing in these thick, ropey strands, almost like vines, and the color, it's this unnaturally bright green, almost glossy. Mr. Gardner's vegetable garden, which is about 50 yards from the crater, is producing fruit that's, well, strange.
What do you mean by strange?
The tomatoes are the size of cantaloupes. The squash plants have grown to cover an area bigger than a car. Everything is huge, but also distorted somehow. The shapes aren't quite right. Some of the tomatoes are almost perfectly spherical. Others are elongated in ways that don't match natural growth patterns. I spoke with Nahum Gardner about an hour ago, and he told me the growth accelerated dramatically over the past 5 days. He said, and I'm quoting him directly, "It's like the plants are feeding on something I can't see." He also mentioned that insects have swarmed the area, beetles, flies, things he doesn't even recognize, all congregating around the mutated vegetation.
Herbert, has the family tried eating any of this produce?
Mr. Gardner said they tried one of the tomatoes 3 days ago. He described the taste as bitter and metallic, nothing like a normal tomato. His wife became ill shortly after eating it, though he says she's recovered now. They've stopped consuming anything from the garden since then. The other thing I need to mention is the well. The Gardner family relies on well water for everything: drinking, cooking, irrigating the crops. Mr. Gardner says the water has started tasting unnatural in the past few days. Sort of tangy, he said. He's been buying bottled water from town as a precaution.
That's concerning, especially given the aquifer connection to the municipal water supply. Are authorities taking any action?
The Arkham Water Authority sent a team out this afternoon to test the well. They also pulled samples from several points along the aquifer. We're expecting results within 48 hours. In the meantime, they're advising residents in the western part of Arkham to report any atypical taste or odor in their tap water. Randolph, I have to say, being out here tonight feels different than it did 10 days ago. It's hard to put into words. The vegetation is too bright, too alive, and that smell from the crater, the one I mentioned before, it's gotten stronger. It's spreading.
Herbert, stay safe out there. Joining us now is Dr. Henry Armitage, who examined the meteorite when it first landed. Dr. Armitage, you've been reviewing the data from the site. What's your assessment of what's happening?
Well, Randolph, I'll be honest. This is outside my area of expertise. I'm an environmental scientist, not a botanist or a biologist. But based on what I'm seeing in the reports and photographs, something in the meteorite is affecting local plant life in ways we don't understand yet. The accelerated growth suggests some kind of, well, stimulant in the soil, perhaps a chemical compound we haven't identified yet. The distorted shapes and outside normal parameters, coloration, indicate cellular abnormalities, possibly caused by radiation or an unknown element.
Doctor, 10 days ago you told us the meteorite wasn't dangerous. Do you still stand by that assessment?
I based that assessment on the initial tests, which showed no immediate radiation hazard. But clearly, something is happening that we didn't anticipate. I wouldn't say the meteorite is dangerous in the conventional sense, but I would say we need to approach this with greater caution than I initially recommended. I've advised the Gardner family to avoid the crater area and to not consume any produce from the garden until we understand what's causing these mutations. And the water issue is something we're taking very seriously. If there's contamination in the aquifer, that affects thousands of people in Arkham.
Dr. Armitage, thank you for your time. We'll continue to follow this story as test results come in. If you're in Western Arkham and notice any contrary to expectations, taste, or smell in your tap water, please report it to the Water Authority hotline. For Channel 7 News, I'm Randolph Carter. Good night.
May 27th, 2026, Nahum Gardner recording. The doctor told me I should keep a journal to document what's happening for medical purposes. So, here we are. It's been 8 days since that thing fell on my property. 8 days, though it feels more like 8 years. Everything's different now. The vegetables, I've grown vegetables here for 23 years. Prize-winning ones, too. State Fair, 3 years running. I know what normal is supposed to look like, and this isn't normal. The cabbage is the size of a basketball now. It's glossy, almost oily looking. And at night they glow. It's faint, but you can see it. Sarah thought I was seeing things, until she saw it too. A pale green light coming right out of the garden, right from the vegetables. I cut one open. The cabbage. I thought maybe we could still eat it. Waste not, want not, right? But the smell. My God, the smell. It was sweet but sickening, like perfume mixed with copper. It made me gag, and Sarah wouldn't even come near it. The livestock is worse, much worse. The cattle, my prize cattle, they're sick, all of them. They won't eat. They'll barely drink. They just stand there staring. And at night, their eyes glow too. I tried milking Bessie yesterday. I've been milking her for 5 years. She's the sweetest cow you'd ever meet. The milk came out looking normal enough, but within minutes, it was spoiled and curdled and stinking. It was like it aged a month in 5 minutes. I poured it out and watched it smoke on the ground. Smoke. The chickens. Half of them are just dead in the coop. And the ones that are still alive move unnaturally. I don't know how else to say it, but their legs bend at angles that don't make any sense. Even the eggs. The shells are soft and paper thin. They just crack in your hand. What comes out, I can't even call it a yolk. It's gray, just gray and dead looking. The dogs ran away 3 days ago. Duke, Ranger, and Belle, they've been with us for years. Loyal dogs. But they won't come back. I see them sometimes down by the road, just watching the house, but they won't come any closer. It's like they know something we don't. The water, I think it's the water. We had it tested and it came back normal, but it tastes tangy, metallic. Sarah says she can taste it too, but we keep drinking it anyway. I don't know why. We should be drinking bottled water. Should have stopped using the well, but we don't. We can't seem to stop. Sarah's getting headaches, bad ones, every single day now. She says it feels like a pressure right behind her eyes. And she's tired all the time. She'll sleep 10 hours and wake up exhausted. I'm the same way. I can't seem to get enough rest. Thaddeus, my youngest, he's only 8. He says he sees colors that aren't really there, in the corners of rooms and in the shadows. He drew me a picture of something, some color, and I looked at it and it made me feel sick. It made my eyes hurt. I threw the picture away and Sarah got angry, said I was being superstitious, but I just couldn't look at it. I couldn't stand it. Merwin, my oldest, he wants to leave. 16 years old and a smart kid too. Wants to study engineering. He says we should abandon the farm and go stay with my brother in Boston, just leave everything behind. And maybe he's right. But this is my life, this farm. 23 years, every penny we have, every hour of work. I can't just walk away. The scientists say they're studying it. The meteorite. They took it to the university and say they'll figure out what it is and what's causing all this. But I don't think they will. I think this is something they don't understand, something nobody understands. At night, the whole farm glows. It's faint, but visible. Greens and purples, colors that don't even have names. The vegetables, the ground around the crater, even the barn. Everything is pulsing and breathing, like the land itself is alive. I don't know what to do. I'm a farmer. I grow things and I raise animals. I know soil and seasons and weather, but this is beyond me. It's beyond anyone. Maybe Merwin's right. Maybe we should leave. But where would we go? And with what money? The livestock is worthless now. I can't sell sick cattle or glowing vegetables. This farm is all we have, and it's dying. We're watching it die, and I think we might be dying right along with it. End of entry. May 27th. God help us.
The Midnight Line, May 26th, 11:03 p.m. Warren Rice here. We're continuing our coverage of the Arkham Valley meteorite situation, and folks, I have to say, the tone of the calls I've been getting today has shifted. Last week, we were all curious, excited even. A meteorite, a space rock, something to study, something to marvel at. But tonight the calls are different. Let's go to our first caller.
Warren, it's Francis. I called last week about the meteorite.
I remember, Francis, you were fascinated by it, called it the universe reaching out.
I wish I hadn't said that. Warren, my dog. I mentioned she was acting strange, wouldn't go in the backyard. She ran away 2 days ago. Just bolted. We found her this morning, 3 miles from the house, dead, on the side of the road.
I'm sorry to hear that.
The vet couldn't explain it. Her organs were fused together, like they'd been melted. But she was alive when we found her, still breathing, for a few minutes. Warren, I don't understand what's happening, and I'm starting to get really worried.
Have you heard the news reports about the Gardner farm?
The livestock. Yes, I heard. Warren, we live 6 miles from that farm. 6 miles. And my dog, do you think it's spreading?
I don't know. Thank you for calling, Francis. Next caller.
Warren. Name's Wilbur. I live near the valley, about 3 miles from the Gardner place.
What's it like out there?
The animals know. All the animals. They know something's wrong. I got deer coming right up to my house. Deer that normally run from humans. They're pressed against my fence, as far from the valley as they can get. The birds, they don't fly over the Gardner property anymore. They circle around it, like there's an invisible wall. And at night I can see lights coming from the farm. Not normal lights, colors, alien colors, pulsing, like breathing, and sounds, wrong sounds. I can't describe them, but they're not natural.
Have you considered leaving? Evacuating?
I've been thinking about it. My wife wants to leave, go stay with her sister in Vermont. But this is my home, lived here 30 years. I don't want to abandon it, but I'm getting scared, Warren, real scared.
Stay safe, Wilbur. Next caller.
Warren, finally got through. Listen to me. This isn't just a meteorite. This is something else, something they're not telling us.
Who's they?
The government, the scientists, the authorities. They took that stone to the university, right? For testing? But have they released any results? Any real data? No? Just vague statements about anomalous properties, unprecedented composition? They're hiding something.
What do you think they're hiding?
I think this is deliberate. I think that stone, that meteorite, it's not natural. The animals dying, the mutations, the glowing plants, that's biological warfare. That's contamination. This is a test or an accident, but it's man-made. It has to be.
That's quite a theory.
Think about it. A meteorite that defies physics, that glows with impossible colors, that kills animals in grotesque ways. That's not geology. That's weaponized science. And they're covering it up, calling it natural, calling it a space rock. But people are dying, Warren. Animals are transforming, and nobody's doing anything to stop it.
I appreciate the call, Edward. Different perspective. Keep watching. Keep questioning. That's important. Folks, I've been doing this show for a long time, talking about mysteries, about incomprehensible phenomena. Usually it's fun, intellectual, fascinating. But tonight feels different. The concern in people's voices, the fear, something is happening in Arkham Valley, something we don't understand. And I'm not sure we should be curious about it anymore. This is the Midnight Line.
Welcome back to Truth Uncensored. I'm Richard Upton Pickman, and folks, we need to talk about what's really happening in Arkham Valley, not the sanitized version you're getting from the news, not the carefully worded statements from the so-called experts, the truth, the real truth they don't want you to know. A meteorite. That's what they're calling it. A meteorite. A rock from space, natural phenomenon. Nothing to worry about. Just, do you believe that? Do you really believe that? Let's look at the facts. The facts they don't want you connecting. This so-called meteorite falls on a farm, Gardner Farm, prize-winning livestock, award-winning produce, and within a week, the plants are mutated, growing to impossible sizes, glowing at night, glowing. The cattle are dying. The chickens are moving in ways that violate biology. The dogs fled, the birds won't fly over the property, and we're supposed to believe, we're supposed to accept that this is natural, that a rock from space just happens to cause biological mutations, just happens to make animals glow, just happens to defy every law of physics we know. Wake up. This is a bioweapon. This is contamination. This is deliberate. They took that stone to Miskatonic University for testing, for analysis. And what have they told us? Nothing. Vague statements, aberrant composition, unprecedented properties, unprecedented. You know what that means? That means they've never seen anything like it. That means it's not natural. Let me connect the dots for you. Because the mainstream media won't. Because the scientists won't. Because the government certainly won't. This farm, the Gardner Farm, it sits on top of an aquifer that connects to Arkham's water supply. Coincidence? I don't think so. And where's the crater? Where's the impact site? On the Gardner property. Precisely. Exactly. Not a random field. Not the middle of nowhere. On a farm. A productive farm. With livestock and vegetation. Perfect test site. Perfect laboratory. Animals to observe. Plants to monitor. Water supply to contaminate. And a population downstream to study. They're testing something. They're experimenting. And they're using us as guinea pigs. The scientific establishment. The government agencies. They know what this is. They know what it does. And they're watching. Observing. Taking notes. While animals die, while people get sick, while an entire ecosystem collapses. And the media? The media is complicit. They're feeding you the official narrative. Meteorite, space rock, scientific curiosity. They're not asking the hard questions. They're not demanding answers. They're just repeating what they're told, like good little puppets, like controlled opposition. Listen to me. Listen carefully. The Gardner family, they're sick, hospitalized, exhibiting symptoms, radiation poisoning, they say. But from what? A meteorite doesn't emit radiation like this. A natural space rock doesn't cause hair loss, skin lesions, mental confusion. This is exposure. This is contamination. This is deliberate biological or radiological attack. And here's what terrifies me. Here's what should terrify you. It's spreading. The contamination is spreading. Reports are coming in. Pets acting defying biology. Animals avoiding the area. Strange lights at night. Irregular smells. This isn't contained. This isn't controlled. Whatever they release, whatever they're testing, it's getting out. It's moving beyond the impact site. It's spreading through the water, through the soil, through the air. What do we do? What can we do? Demand answers. Demand transparency. Demand accountability. Don't accept their lies. Don't swallow their official statements. Don't trust the experts who tell you everything is under control, because it's not under control. It was never under control. This is an experiment, and we're the test subjects. Document everything. Record everything. Share everything. If you're experiencing symptoms, if your pets are acting impossible, if you see peculiar phenomena, document it, report it, but don't report it to the authorities because they're part of this. Share it with each other. Share it online. Share it everywhere. The truth will come out. It always does. And when it does, they'll have to answer for what they've done. This is Richard Upton Pickman, Truth Uncensored. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and whatever you do, don't believe the lies. The truth is out there, and it's terrifying.
Good evening, I'm Randolph Carter. We begin tonight with a disturbing development in Arkham Valley. The contamination at the Gardner farm has now spread beyond vegetation to livestock, and what authorities are finding is raising serious concerns across the region. I want to warn our viewers, some of the details in tonight's report may be difficult to hear. Herbert West is at the farm. Herbert, what can you tell us?
Randolph, I don't know if I can. I've been a reporter for 12 years, and I've seen a lot of things, but this is beyond anything I could have imagined. The Gardner family's cattle, the prize-winning herd we featured in our broadcast 3 weeks ago, they're dying. But it's not a normal death. The cows closest to the contaminated area are showing mutations. Their skin is becoming translucent in places. You can see their organs through the flesh. Some of them have bones they're brittle, visible through the skin, breaking at odd angles. The proportions are wrong, limbs too long, joints bending in directions they shouldn't. Veterinarians from the State Agriculture Department arrived this morning. They examined one of the cows, and I spoke to one of them off camera. She was shaking, told me she's never seen anything like this in 30 years of practice. The internal organs are, her word was fused, organs that should be separate are growing together in impossible configurations.
Herbert, what about the Gardner family? Are they safe?
Nahum Gardner and his wife are still on the property. They're refusing to evacuate. Mr. Gardner said, and I'm quoting him, "This is my land. I've lived here 40 years. Where would I go?" But Randolph, they don't look well. Both of them have lost weight. Their skin has this grayish tint to it. Mrs. Gardner barely spoke when I tried to interview her, just stared past me with these distant eyes. State health officials tried to conduct medical evaluations, but the Gardners refused. They said they just want to be left alone. Emergency management is considering a mandatory evacuation order, but there are legal complications with forcing people off their own property.
We're joined now by Asenath Waite, Director of the Regional Emergency Management Agency. Director Waite, what actions are being taken to contain this situation?
Mr. Carter, we've established a perimeter around the Gardner property. No one is being allowed within 500 feet of the impact crater without proper protective equipment. We're coordinating with state and federal agencies to understand the scope of contamination and develop an appropriate response plan.
What about the water supply? Has contamination reached the municipal system?
We've detected trace anomalies in water samples from Western Arkham. The Arkham Water Authority has issued an advisory for residents in affected neighborhoods. If your tap water has an atypical taste or odor, please report it immediately and use bottled water for drinking and cooking until further notice.
Director, how many residents are we talking about?
Approximately 30,000 people receive water from the Western District system. We're setting up water distribution centers at 3 locations, and we're working with the National Guard to ensure adequate supply. This is a challenging situation, but we're doing everything we can to protect public health.
Director Waite, there are reports of pets dying in Western Arkham neighborhoods, dogs and cats showing similar mutations to the mutations we're observing at the farm. Can you confirm this?
We have received some accounts, yes. We're investigating each case. I want to stress that we don't yet know the full extent of what we're dealing with here. This is an evolving situation. We're learning as we go.
Learning as you go. Director Waite, thank you for your time. Stay with us. We'll continue our coverage of this developing crisis after this brief break.
June 3rd, I think. They brought us to the hospital. I'm recording this while they're not watching. Sarah's hair has fallen out. I watched it happen this morning. It just came out in clumps, just fallen. And her skin, it's getting brittle like paper. When I touched her hand, it flaked away. Just pieces of her crumbling into nothing. Thaddeus won't stop screaming. He says there are colors in the walls, colors seeping through the cracks. I tried to tell him, told him it's just the hospital and the white walls, that there's nothing there. But then I saw it too. That color, that impossible color, bleeding right through the paint. He's not imagining it. It's following us. Merwin's eyes, they're reflecting colors that don't even exist. I look at him and I see things in his eyes, depths, like I'm looking into somewhere else, somewhere completely wrong. They killed the cattle. All of them. I heard the authorities destroyed them. But I remember, before they took us away, I remember how those cattle looked. Still moving long after they should have been dead. Their bones were showing through the skin, and their eyes were glowing. Their movements were all unnatural, jerking and disjointed, like puppets with broken strings. I can still taste it. That water from the well, even though I haven't drunk it in days, I can still taste it in my mouth. Metallic, sweet, just wrong. It's in me, whatever it is. It's in all of us, in our blood, and in our bones. The doctors, they don't understand a thing. They run their tests and take their samples. But they don't see what's really happening. We're changing. My family is changing into something that isn't human anymore. I have to go now. They're coming back. And I can't let them know. Can't let them end recording.
This is the Midnight Line, Warren Rice. If you're just tuning in, I don't know what to tell you. We're in uncharted territory tonight, folks. The situation in Arkham Valley it's escalated. Mandatory evacuations, the Gardner farm, the livestock. I'm going to take calls because I think people need to talk about this. First caller, go ahead.
Warren, it's Robert Olmsted. I called before about the meteorite. Warren, I misjudged this. Completely misjudged it.
Robert, are you okay?
I watched it through my telescope. Last night, the Gardner farm. I thought I'd see something interesting, scientific. Warren, I saw things moving. Things that shouldn't move. The cattle, they weren't right. The proportions were distorted, stretched in ways that violated anatomy. Bones showing through skin, and they were glowing.
Glowing?
That color, that impossible color I told you about, it's in them, in the animals, in the plants, in the land. Warren, people need to stay away from that place, far away. This isn't scientific curiosity anymore. This is survival. People need to get away.
Thank you, Robert. Next caller.
Warren, this is Ephraim. I've been praying for guidance, for understanding. And I believe this is a test, not a punishment. A test.
A test of what?
Of faith. Of whether we can maintain hope, maintain community in the face of the incomprehensible, the Gardner family. They need our prayers. The evacuees need our help. We can't understand this, but we can care for each other. We can hold on to our humanity.
That's a good perspective, Ephraim. Next caller.
I was there. I lived near the valley on a small farm. They made us leave yesterday. Evacuation.
Take your time.
My chickens. I had chickens. They started moving strangely, joints bending in ways they shouldn't, and their eyes glowing at night. I tried to put them down humanely, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't die, just kept moving, even after I left them. Just left them there. Still moving, I can't sleep, keep seeing them.
I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Folks, if you're in the evacuation zone, please comply with the orders. This is beyond anything we've seen. Stay safe. This is the Midnight Line.
Church, I want to begin tonight with one of the oldest prayers we have, Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I chose this passage tonight for a reason. David wrote these words while he was walking through the valley, not after he got out, not when he was safe, while he was in it. And brothers and sisters, we are in the valley right now. Arkham Valley has become a valley of shadow. We're watching animals die in ways that don't make sense. We're seeing cattle with translucent skin, bones visible through flesh. Things that shouldn't be alive but are, families evacuating their homes, parents holding their children and not knowing what to tell them. This is the valley David wrote about, and we're walking through it right now. I want to be honest with you about something. Thursday morning, I drove past the quarantine zone on Route 9. I saw the National Guard checkpoint, the razor wire, the hazmat suits, and I was afraid. I came back to my office, and I sat at my desk, and I asked God, what am I supposed to tell my people? How do I comfort them when I'm scared too? And you know what I felt him say? Tell them the truth. Tell them you don't understand what's happening either. Tell them about the shepherd who walks through the valley with his sheep. Tell them about me. People have been calling me, coming to my office, asking questions I don't know how to answer. Pastor, why is this happening? What did we do to deserve this? Is God punishing us? And I need you to hear me clearly on this. This is not punishment. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 13, Jesus was asked about people who died tragically. Did they die because they were worse sinners than everyone else? And Jesus said, no. Suffering happens in this world. Bad things happen to good people. That doesn't mean God has abandoned us. It means we live in a broken world. And in that broken world, we need each other. We need community. We need love. We need Jesus. Look at what Jesus said in John, chapter 10, verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. That's who walks with us through this valley. Not someone who watches from a distance, not someone who judges us for being afraid. The shepherd who laid down his life for us, who walked into death itself and came back out the other side. That's the one who says, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. He's not asking us to walk through this alone. He's walking with us, right here, right now. And I've seen something beautiful in the midst of this horror. I've seen neighbors who barely knew each other 3 weeks ago now, checking on each other every single day. I've seen people opening their homes to families who had to evacuate, strangers helping strangers at the water distribution centers, working 18-hour shifts, exhausted but still showing up. You know what that is? That's the love of Christ working through human hands. 1 John chapter 4, verse 7 says, "Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. When you help someone who's terrified, that's God loving through you. When you comfort someone who's grieving, that's God comforting through you. When you share what you have with someone who has nothing, that's God providing through you." I want to talk directly to those of you who maybe haven't given your life to Christ. Maybe you came here tonight because you're scared and you don't know where else to go. Maybe you've been watching the news and realizing we don't know how much time we have. 3 weeks ago, we thought we had all the time in the world, but we don't. Jesus said in John chapter 14, verse 6, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." That peace I've been talking about, that hope, that presence of the shepherd in the valley, it comes through a relationship with Jesus Christ. Not through being good enough, not through understanding everything that's happening, through accepting what he did for you on the cross. He died so that even in the valley of death, you don't have to walk alone. If you want to accept Christ tonight, I'll be at the front of the church after service. Don't wait. Come talk to me. So what do? We don't give into the darkness. We don't let fear win. We pray. We pray for those who are sick. We pray for the families on the Gardner farm. We pray for the scientists who can't explain this. We pray for the first responders and the National Guard. We pray for wisdom and courage. But church, we don't just pray. We act. Tonight, when you go home, call someone who's alone. Check on your elderly neighbor. If you have bottled water, share it. If you have a spare bedroom, offer it. This is how we fight the shadow. Not with panic, not with despair, with love, with community, with the light of Christ that lives in us. I want to close with words from Romans chapter 8, verses 38 and 39. Paul writes, "For I am convinced that neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord." Church, whatever is happening in that valley, whatever darkness we're facing, whatever we can't understand, God's love is stronger. We are not alone. We are never alone. The shepherd walks with us. He walks with us through the valley, and he will lead us through to the other side. May the peace of Christ, which surpasses all understanding, guard your hearts and minds. Go in peace. Go in love. Hold each other close. Let your light shine in the darkness. Amen.
This is a Channel 7 News special report. What began 3 weeks ago as a meteorite impact in rural Arkham Valley has become a full-scale crisis affecting tens of thousands of residents tonight. The contamination has spread throughout western Arkham, evacuations are underway, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, people are dying. Herbert West has been documenting the situation in the affected neighborhoods. Herbert, I know what you've seen today has been difficult. Can you give us an update?
Randolph, I don't know how to convey the scale of what's happening. I'm in the Riverside district right now, about 4 miles from the city center. Half the houses on this street are empty, front doors standing open, cars abandoned in driveways. The people who are still here, the ones who haven't evacuated yet, they're not well. I spoke with a woman about an hour ago. She was sitting on her porch, just staring. Her skin had that same grayish tint we saw at the Gardner farm. When I asked if she was okay, if she needed help, she just looked at me, looked through me, and then she said, "It's in the water. It's in all of us now." Then she went back inside. The vegetation here it's dying, but not like normal death. Everything is turning gray. Trees, grass, garden plants, all of it going gray and brittle. And at night, Randolph, there's this glow, a faint phosphorescence coming from everything. The plants, the soil, even the water in puddles on the street. It's that same indescribable color from the meteorite. It's everywhere now.
Herbert, what about pets? We've been getting eyewitness statements.
The pets, yes. Dead dogs and cats, dozens of them, lying in yards, on sidewalks, showing the same mutations we documented at the farm. Translucent skin, distorted bones, organs visible through the flesh. Animal control stopped responding to calls yesterday. They're overwhelmed. People are they're leaving the bodies where they fall.
We're joined now by Dr. Henry Armitage. Doctor, 3 weeks ago you told us this meteorite wasn't dangerous. What happened?
I misunderstood what we were dealing with. I based my assessment on assumptions about how extraterrestrial material would behave. But this doesn't follow any known biological or chemical model. We've run every test we can think of. Spectroscopy, mass spectrometry, chromatography. Nothing explains what we're seeing. The contamination it's not chemical, it's not biological in any sense we understand. It's something else.
What do you mean, something else?
I don't know. I've spent my entire career studying environmental science, and I don't know. It's like the material from the meteorite exists in a state that our instruments can't fully measure. It interacts with living tissue, but not through any mechanism we recognize. It drains vitality. It consumes life force. And I know how that sounds. I know it sounds unscientific, but I don't have better language for it. The Gardners, the family at the farm, they're still alive, but they shouldn't be. Their bodies are transforming, becoming part of something. And I don't understand it. None of us do.
Dr. Armitage, is there anything that can be done to stop this?
Evacuate. Get people out of the contaminated areas. Don't drink the water. Don't eat food grown in affected soil. Beyond that, I don't have answers. I'm sorry.
The National Guard has established a perimeter around the affected zone. Evacuation buses are running continuously. If you are in Western Arkham, you need to leave. Now, do not attempt to save possessions. Do not wait for official instructions. Just go. We'll continue our coverage throughout the night. For Channel 7 News, I'm Randolph Carter. God help us all.
The Midnight Line. Warren Rice. I'm broadcasting from a different location tonight, the studio. It's in the affected zone. We had to evacuate. I'm doing this from home. because I think people need to talk. First caller?
Warren. It's Walter. I called 2 weeks ago. I said it was just a rock. I said there was always a rational explanation. I didn't believe. I should have believed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't believe.
Walter, you don't need to apologize.
My neighborhood, Western Arkham, we all drank the water. My wife is sick. My daughter, they're glowing at night, Warren. Glowing. And I can taste it. That metallic taste. It won't go away. There's no rational explanation. There's nothing that makes sense anymore.
I know. Next caller?
Please, someone tell me what to do. My children, I have 2 children, and our dog isn't our dog anymore.
What do you mean?
She's still alive, but her skin is gray, translucent. I can see her bones, and she moves, wrong, like her joints, bend the wrong way. But she's still alive, still breathing, still looking at me. What do I do? How do I explain this to my children?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know. Next caller?
It's not from the government. I was wrong. It's not human. This is something from outside, from beyond. The color, the impossible color. It's from somewhere else, somewhere we can't comprehend.
Edward, calm down.
We can't fight this. We can't understand it. All we can do is run, get away as far as possible. It's feeding on us, on the land, on everything.
Folks, I've been doing this show for 15 years, talking about mysteries, about the unknown, and tonight I'm scared. I'm scared like I've never been. Whatever this is, we're not equipped to handle it. Stay safe. Hold your loved ones. This is the Midnight Line.
I had it backwards, completely backwards about everything. This isn't the government. This isn't human. Listen to me. Listen. I told you it was a bioweapon. I told you it was deliberate. I told you it was a cover-up. But I was looking in the wrong direction. I was blaming the wrong enemy. This isn't from our world. This isn't from our dimension. This isn't from our reality. The color, that impossible color, it's not a color from Earth. It's not a wavelength in our spectrum. It's from outside, from beyond, from somewhere we can't conceive. And it's here. It's in our world. It's in our water. It's in our soil. It's in us. I've been reading the reports, the testimonies, the witness accounts, the Gardner family. They're not sick. They're not dying. They're changing, transforming, becoming something else, something that isn't human anymore. And it's happening to others in Western Arkham. People with glowing skin, people whose bones are visible, people who move in impossible ways. The scientists admitted it. On the air, on camera, they said science has failed. They said they don't understand. They said the samples defy physics. Do you understand what that means? Do you comprehend the implications? Our entire understanding of reality, our entire framework for existence, it doesn't apply here. This thing, this entity, it operates outside our laws, outside our rules. I went there. Last night, I drove to the valley. I had to see. I had to know. And oh God, the things I saw. The land is gray, lifeless, but glowing, pulsing with colors that hurt to look at. Colors that make your mind scream, colors that shouldn't exist. And the trees defy nature. They're brittle and gray, but they're still growing in impossible directions. Branches that curve in ways that violate geometry. Leaves that breathe. I saw them breathing, inhaling, exhaling, like lungs, like the forest itself is alive, but not alive in any way we understand. It's feeding. Don't you see? It's feeding on us, on our world, consuming our reality, draining it, replacing it with something else, something alien, something incomprehensible. The gray areas where everything dies, that's where it's already finished, where it's already consumed everything, and it's spreading inch by inch, day by day, spreading across the land. We can't fight it. How do you fight something that exists outside physics? How do you kill something that isn't alive in any way we understand? Bullets won't work. Fire won't work. Science won't work. Because this thing, this entity, is from a place where our rules don't apply, where our weapons have no meaning, where our very existence is irrelevant. Everything we were told, everything we believe, we're alone in the universe. We're the pinnacle of creation. We're significant. Lies. All lies. We're nothing. We're insects. We're less than insects. To something like this, to an entity that can cross dimensional boundaries, that can exist in states we can't perceive. We're not even worthy of notice. We're just food, sustenance, raw material to be consumed. Get out. Everyone listening. Everyone in Arkham. Everyone in the Valley. Run. Flee. As far as you can. As fast as you can. Don't pack. Don't prepare. Just go. Now. Because it's coming. It's spreading. And when it reaches you, when it touches you, you won't die. Death would be mercy. You'll change. Transform. Become part of it. Part of something that shouldn't exist. I can taste it. Even now, miles away, I can taste that metallic sweetness, that sickening taste. It's in my mouth, in my throat, in my blood. I drank the water weeks ago, before we knew, and it's in me, growing, spreading, changing me from the inside. My hands. Look at my hands. The skin is translucent. I can see through them. And the color, that color is in my veins, glowing, pulsing, like it has a heartbeat, like it's alive. They lied to us. Not the government, not the scientists. Reality itself lied to us, made us think we mattered, made us think we were safe, made us think the universe operated on rules we could understand. But there are things beyond, things outside, things that make a mockery of everything we believe. And one of them is here, in Arkham, in our world, and we can't stop it. We can't even comprehend it. This is Richard Upton Pickman, Truth Uncensored. The truth is we're doomed. The truth is there's nowhere to run. The truth hurts. The truth consumes everything.
June 7th? No, it's the 8th. June 8th. I don't know the time anymore. Getting dark soon. It's always dark soon now. I'm back at the farm. I came back, but I don't remember leaving the shelter. I don't remember driving. But here I am. The house, it feels alive. Like the walls are breathing. No, not breathing, just moving. Like they're alive, but in a way that isn't. Sarah's gone. And little Thaddeus, he was right here this morning. And then there was just this light. Such a beautiful light. Colors that I can't even find the words for. She just walked right into it. Smiled at me and said it was pretty. And then she was just part of it. She still is. I can feel her. She's right there in the light. Merwin. Oh God, Merwin. I found him in the west bedroom. Or at least what's left of him. He's fused with the wall. His back. It's like the wall grew into him, or he grew into the wall. I can't I don't understand. But he's still breathing. His eyes keep following me, but his mouth won't move right. He sees me, though. I think he's still in there somewhere. I looked in the mirror. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have looked. My bones are starting to show through the skin, just like the cattle. Remember the cattle? The skin's going gray and brittle. I touched my arm and these flakes just came off. Just flakes of me, falling like ash. My eyes are glowing too. I can see it even when I close them. A light inside my head. Colors that hurt to see, but I can't stop looking. It's in me now. Whatever it is, I can feel it moving under my skin and in my blood. The headache's gone though. That's funny, right? 3 weeks of the worst pain and now nothing. Just the light and the colors and this pull. The well. It wants me to go down to the well. I can hear it singing. No, not singing exactly. Calling. It's beautiful. God, it's so beautiful. Why did we ever think it was wrong? It isn't wrong. It's perfect. It's showing us what we could be, what we're becoming. Tonight it's going to finally finish. I can feel it building in the ground and in the air. Everything's getting brighter, and the whole valley is glowing. The trees, the grass, even the house, even me. Look at my hands. Just look at them. I'm glowing. I'm part of it now. Part of the light. Part of the color. I should record this. Someone should know. But the words don't work anymore. I can't think straight. My thoughts are sliding away like water, like the colors bleeding into each other. I want to tell you about the farm. How good it was. How Sarah would make bread every Thursday. And Merwin wanted to study engineering. He was such a smart boy. And Thaddeus, he loved the horses. Fed them every single morning. A good family, good land. It was a good life. It was a good life. Before the light. Before the things we don't have names for. Before the color that isn't a color. Before everything turned gray and we started changing. Before, I loved them. My family. God, I love them. I want you to know that whoever finds this, I love my wife, I love my sons, and I love this land. And now we're all becoming something else. Something that doesn't love, that doesn't hate, something that doesn't feel anything human anymore. But it's beautiful. I can't deny that. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever, the colors. So many colors. Colors that aren't real. Colors from somewhere else. Somewhere we were never meant to see. It's calling now louder. The well is singing, humming, vibrating. I can feel it in my teeth and in my bones. Bones that are turning to glass, to light, to nothing. Have to go. Have to answer it. It wants, and it's taken us with it. Taken all of us. The whole valley. Everything we were, and everything we'll never be again. Sarah, Merwin, Thaddeus, I'm coming. The light it's so bright, so I can't, the words don't, nothing, everything, light, color, becoming, become, be.
I'm Randolph Carter with Channel 7 News. We interrupt this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to say this. We are witnessing something from our studio window right now. There is light rising from Arkham Valley. I've never seen anything like it. Herbert, are you there? Can you see this?
Randolph, I'm 2 miles from the valley perimeter, and what I'm seeing, it's not possible. It can't be possible. There's a pillar of light erupting from where the Gardner farm used to be. The color, I don't have words for it. It's not any color I've ever seen. It hurts to look at, but I can't look away.
How high is it? We can see it from here, 20 miles away. It's visible across the entire city.
It's reaching into the sky. Hundreds of feet, maybe thousands. I can't judge distance anymore. Everything in its path. Randolph, the trees are turning gray, not dying, turning instantly, like someone drained all the color out of them, and they're just standing there, gray, brittle, ash.
We're getting witness testimony. Western Arkham, the contaminated neighborhoods, lights are going out, not power failures. The glow, that phosphorescence everyone's been seeing. It's pulling away, rising, being drawn toward the valley.
There's a sound, like the earth is screaming. No, not screaming. Vibrating, resonating. It's in my chest, in my bones. I can feel it pulling, like gravity, but different. Everything is being drawn toward that light.
Herbert, can you see the farm? The Gardner house?
It's collapsing. Not burning, not exploding, just crumbling, like it's turning to ash while I watch. The walls are standing 1 second and then gray powder. Everything. The barn, the outbuildings, the well, all of it, just gone.
The Gardner family. Has anyone seen, is there any sign of them?
I can see shapes in the light, forms, not human anymore. I think they're part of it now, part of the light, the color, moving with it, rising with it. God help me, they're beautiful.
We're receiving confirmation, multiple neighborhoods in Western Arkham, all plant life dead. Not dying, dead instantly, gray, brittle, crumbling to ash. Documented cases of residents in windows glowing, transforming. Emergency services can't respond. There's nothing they can do.
It's rising faster now. The light, the pillar, thinning, like it's being pulled back, drawn up. The sound is changing, like fabric tearing, like reality itself is tearing. I don't know how to describe it.
I can see it from here. The light is ascending, higher, thinner, like a column becoming a thread becoming nothing. It's leaving. Whatever it is, it's leaving.
The sky. Randolph, are you seeing this? Where the light is touching the sky, it's opening, not clouds parting. The sky itself is splitting, like there's something beyond it. I shouldn't be seeing this. Humans shouldn't. We were never meant to see this.
The light is fading, pulling back into whatever it came from. It came from the stars and it's returning to them, taking everything it touched.
It's gone. The light, the sound, everything. Just silence. The valley is gray, a perfect circle extending out from where the farm was. Nothing growing, nothing living, nothing moving. Just ash and silence.
We just witnessed. I don't know what we witnessed. Something came from beyond our world, fed on life itself, consumed an entire family, poisoned a city, and then left, returned to wherever it came from, taking pieces of us with it. The Gardner family, Nahum, Sarah, Merwin, Thaddeus. They're gone, not dead. Something worse, something we don't have words for. Transformed, integrated, taken. We're getting accounts from Western Arkham neighborhoods, thousands of homes, dark, silent, gray. Life just drained away. This broadcast, I can't continue right now. We'll continue to monitor this situation, but for now, we need to process what we've witnessed to try to understand. This is Randolph Carter for Channel 7 News, June 8th, the night everything changed.
If you're listening to this, if anyone is listening, this is Warren Rice, and this may be our last broadcast. Something is happening in Arkham Valley. Right now. Something. I can see it from the studio window, light rising into the sky. I don't have words for the color. We've got callers on the lines, people witnessing this. Let's go to caller. Are you there?
Warren, it's coming toward the town. I'm on Prospect Hill and I can see it. The light is covering more ground. The gray is spreading. Everything in its path is just dying, turning to ash. Trees, houses. I can see people at their windows and they're glowing. Warren, what do we do? What do we do?
I don't know. I wish I knew. Get away from it. Drive. Get as far as you can.
My car won't start. The engine just died. Nothing. And the light is so bright now. So beautiful. I can't look away. Warren, I can hear it. Singing. It's singing and I want to go to it. I want...
No, don't. Stay on the line. Stay. The line went dead. Next caller, please.
Warren, this is Ephraim. I called before 3 weeks ago. I said this was judgment. I said we needed to pray, and now I'm watching it happen. The sky is opening. The heavens are splitting, and I don't know if this is God's work or something else, something we were never meant to know.
Ephraim, what are you seeing?
Light rising from the valley, like Jacob's ladder. But the angels climbing it they're not angels. They're the Gardner family. I can see them transformed, part of the light. Warren, I'm going to pray now on air for everyone listening, for everyone who can't. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Lord, we don't understand. We can't understand. But we trust that there's meaning, that there's purpose. Even in this, forgive us our trespasses and lead us not into temptation. The light is so bright, so beautiful.
Ephraim? Ephraim, are you there? Another line gone? If you're out there, if you're listening, I don't know what to tell you. Run, pray, hold the people you love. Whatever this is, we can't fight it, we can't stop it, we can only witness. One more caller. Last one. You're on?
I'm watching it leave. The light is pulling back, rising, like it's being called home. I can see shapes in it, forms, people, animals, plants, everything it touched, everything it consumed. They're all part of it now, all rising together.
Where are you? Can you get to safety?
I'm in my backyard, West Arkham, the contaminated zone. My garden, it's all gray now, brittle, crumbling. But I'm okay. I think I'm okay. The light is thinning, getting thinner, like a thread, a silver thread. No, not silver, that color that doesn't exist. It's touching the sky. Where it touches, the sky is opening. I can see beyond. There's something beyond our sky, beyond our world. And I can see the Gardner family. I can see them in the light. They're not human anymore, but they're still together, still a family, just something else now. The light is fading. It's going back to wherever it came from. And it's taking so much with it. The valley is gray. The neighborhoods are gray. Everything touched is gone, drained, empty. Warren, it was beautiful, the most terrible, beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I think part of me, part of all of us who saw it, part of us went with it. We'll never be the same. We'll never.
Lavinia, thank you for sharing that, for being brave enough to witness and speak. Folks, I've been doing this show for 15 years, talking about the unexplained, the impossible, and I always believed there was more out there, more than we could see or understand, but I never thought I'd actually witness this, that we'd actually face it. Something came from the stars, fed on life, on color, on vitality itself, consumed a family, poisoned a city, transformed everything it touched, and then left, returned to the cosmos, taking pieces of us with it. The Gardner farm is ash. Parts of Arkham are gray and silent. Thousands displaced. Hundreds, maybe hundreds dead. Or worse, transformed, taken. I don't know if we'll broadcast again. I don't know if there's anything left to say. We looked into the face of cosmic horror, and it looked back, and we are so small. This is Warren Rice. The Midnight Line. June 8th, 2026. The night we learned we are not alone, and wished to God that we were.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Atticus Freeman, Director of Regional Emergency Management. And let me tell you, nobody knows more about emergencies than me. I've handled many emergencies, tremendous emergencies. But this one, folks, this was something else. This was like, you ever see that movie Independence Day with the aliens? This was worse, much worse, believe me. So we evacuated, and these are real numbers, fantastic numbers actually, 12,417 people. That's a lot of people. Tremendous evacuation, one of the biggest evacuations ever. Many people are saying. These folks, wonderful people, they're in shelters across 3 counties, getting the best care, the absolute best care, medical, counseling, support from federal agencies, top people, really top people. Now, the casualties. Not good. Not good at all. 237 confirmed. Terrible. Just terrible. And we have, it's a sad number, 412 people missing. We're searching. We're doing everything we can. But frankly, the conditions out there, they're challenging. Very challenging. The Gardner family, Nahum, Sarah, their boys, Merwin and Thaddeus, good people, hardworking people, the best people, they're missing. The farm, totally destroyed. I mean, completely destroyed. Like nothing you've ever seen. Worse than any disaster movie. No remains, nothing recovered. It's just gone. So we've established, and this is important, very important, a permanent exclusion zone. Big zone, 1.3 square miles around the farm, plus 6 neighborhoods in western Arkham. That's 423 homes. Nobody goes in. Nobody, it's locked down tight, tighter than anything you've seen. And if you try to get in there, if you violate this, you're getting arrested, prosecuted, the whole thing. This is indefinite, could be forever. We don't know, but it's for your safety, for everyone's safety, believe me. The Reservoir Project, beautiful project, would have been tremendous, fantastic water supply. It's canceled, totally canceled, not happening. Never happening. The site is, let's be honest, it's unsuitable, completely unsuitable for anything. Now the water, your water, we've tested it extensively, the best testing, and it's safe. The aquifer is clean, no contamination. You can drink it, use it, totally safe. I guarantee it. Resume normal usage, no problem. But the well, that well on the Gardner property, we sealed it permanently. Concrete barriers, big, beautiful barriers. Biohazard warnings all over it. Don't go near that well. Don't even think about it. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. I know you have questions. Lots of questions. Everyone has questions. What happened? Why did this happen? Where did it come from? And we're working on it. Scientists are working. Federal agencies, top people, the smartest people. They're all trying to figure this out. Here's the thing, and I'm going to be very honest with you. Very honest. We don't have all the answers yet. The meteorite came down May 19th, hit the Gardner farm, and it had something in it, some kind of material. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Properties that, frankly, our scientists can't explain. It's like that movie, The Blob. You remember The Blob? Except this was real and much, much worse. This material, terrible stuff, horrible stuff. It contaminated everything. The soil, the plants, the animals, caused mutations, biological mutations, things you wouldn't believe. And it affected people, affected their health in ways we're still documenting. Very bad, very, very bad. Then June 8th, and this was incredible. Not in a good way. Witnesses saw this light, this luminous phenomenon, coming from the farm, lasted 18 minutes. We have it documented, perfect documentation, and it was like, you ever see Close Encounters, the Spielberg movie? It was like that, except terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And when it was done, the material was gone, just gone, depleted from the area. Our measurements, and we have the best measurements, the best equipment, show no radiation, no contaminants, nothing active in the zone. But here's what's strange, very strange. The land is dead, totally dead. No plants, no bacteria, nothing can grow there, nothing will ever grow there. It's sterile, permanently sterile, like a wasteland. Worse than any wasteland you've seen in the movies. The exclusion zone stays. Indefinite monitoring. We'll keep watching it very closely. If we learn more, we'll reevaluate. But right now, it stays locked down. Now I want to assure you, and this is very important, the threat is over. The immediate threat is past. The city is safe. Your homes are safe. You can go back to normal. Resume your lives. Everything's fine, really fine. The best it can be under the circumstances. But I have to be honest, totally honest, and I'm always honest. We don't fully understand what happened. We don't know where it came from, what it wanted, if it had a purpose, and could it happen again somewhere else? We don't know. We just don't know, and that's very concerning, very, very concerning. We faced something, and I faced a lot of things, dealt with many crises, but this was beyond anything, beyond our knowledge, beyond science, beyond everything we thought we knew about the universe. And that's hard, very hard to accept. For me, for you, for everyone. The Gardner family, tremendous people, hardworking, respected, loved by everyone, they deserve better, much better than what happened to them. It's a tragedy, a real tragedy, and we all feel it. We have counseling, the best counseling available for anyone who needs it. If you witness this, if you lost your home, lost loved ones, you're not alone. We will support you, help you, the best support, the best help. I promise you that. I'm not taking questions. Not today. We'll have more updates soon when we know more. Thank you all. God bless Arkham, and God bless America. Thank you very much.
June 15th, 2026. Field notes for Amy Pierce. This is the final entry. I went back today. I know I shouldn't have. The exclusion zone is there for a reason after all. But I needed to see it one last time before I leave this place forever. The valley is silent. Not just quiet, but a heavy, total silence. There are no birds, no insects, not even the sound of wind through the trees. Mostly because there are no trees left. Not anymore. Just these gray, standing husks that simply crumble the second you touch them. The ground has turned to ash, just layers of gray ash covering everything. My footsteps don't even make a sound now. The ash just absorbs them. It's like walking on the surface of some dead world, which I suppose is exactly what this is now. Where the Gardner house used to stand, there's nothing left. Just a foundation and some scattered stones. There's a gray powder that might have been wood once, and these strange shapes left in the ash. I found one near where the porch used to be. It was a shape, an outline, of a man. I think it was Nahum. Just a gray residue in the rough form of a body. He had one arm outstretched, like he was reaching for something or being pulled away. I didn't touch it. I couldn't bring myself to. It felt wrong. Like touching it would be violating something, some kind of final rest or last dignity. So I just stood there and looked for a long time. The well, they sealed it up, poured concrete, and set up thick barriers. But even through all that concrete, at night, I swear I can still see a faint glow coming up from beneath. It's not gone, not completely. Something remains down there, in the ground, in the water table, and in the soil. Maybe it's dormant, or maybe it's just waiting. I took some measurements. Professional habit, I guess. I can't seem to stop being a surveyor. That gray area, that perfect circle of death, it's already contaminating the adjacent areas. It's not moving fast. Maybe an inch per year, maybe 2. But it's definitely growing, creeping out and consuming more of the land. And I don't think it's ever going to stop. Not really. This is permanent. This scar, this wound in the world. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I'm going to drive west, as far as I can go. Maybe California, or Oregon. Somewhere that doesn't carry this weight, or this knowledge. I can't stay here anymore. I can't live knowing what I know and what I saw. The color that isn't a color. The light that consumed everything. The transformation of human beings into something we don't even have names for. I dream about it every single night. The light rising up, the shapes moving inside it, the Gardners becoming. I wake up and I can still see it all right behind my eyes. Colors that simply don't belong here. The doctors tell me I'm healthy. No radiation exposure, no toxins in my blood. But I don't feel healthy. I feel changed. Like a part of me, a part of everyone who was here, got pulled away and taken. I'm writing all of this down, these notes, this testimony. It isn't for publication or for science. It's just to have a record to say that this actually happened. We saw it, we witnessed it, and we will never be the same. To anyone who finds these recordings, stay away from the valley. Stay away from the gray ground. Don't touch it. Don't walk on it. And for God's sake, don't let it touch you. There are things in this universe, forces and entities, that we were never meant to encounter. Things that we cannot understand, cannot fight, and cannot survive. We got lucky, if you can even call it luck. It came, and it left. But it left its mark on the land, and on us, forever. This is Emmy Pierce, Land Surveyor and Witness, June 15th, 2026. Final entry. End of recording.
Good evening. Or is it? I suppose that depends on your definition of good. We've just witnessed, well, something rather extraordinary, haven't we? A meteorite falls from the sky, brings with it a color. Not just any color, mind you. A color from somewhere else. Somewhere we probably shouldn't think too hard about. The Gardner family, Nahum, Sarah, Merwin, and little Thaddeus. They're gone now, or perhaps not quite gone. Transformed would be more accurate. They're part of something now, something beyond human comprehension. I imagine that's either terrifying or oddly comforting, depending on your philosophical leanings. The blasted heath, as they're calling it. It's still there, still spreading, an inch or two per year, not much, you might think, but give it time, a century from now, 2 centuries, it will be quite a bit larger, and still growing. The reservoir project, permanently postponed, they say, which is government speak for never. They won't be flooding that valley, won't be disturbing whatever might still be down there. In the well, in the soil, in the water. You know what I find most amusing? The scientists, the government officials, all these very serious people trying so desperately to explain, to categorize, to understand, and failing utterly, completely. We humans, we do love to think we've figured it all out, don't we? Mapped the genome, split the atom, sent rockets to the moon. We're so terribly clever. And then something falls from the sky, something that doesn't fit our models, our equations, our tidy little understanding. And we realize we don't know anything at all. The universe is vast, unfathomably vast. And we, well, we're rather small, aren't we? Tiny creatures on a tiny rock spinning through an infinite dark. And we thought we mattered. Perhaps we should be more humble, more willing to admit that there are things, forces, colors that exist beyond our ability to perceive, to measure, to control. Perhaps we should accept our place, but we won't. Of course we won't. Humans are remarkably stubborn. We'll keep building, keep studying, keep reaching for the stars, and inevitably we'll stumble upon something else we shouldn't. The voices you heard tonight, the journalists, the scientists, the frightened callers, the desperate prayers, all synthesized, all artificial. But the story, the story is real, or real enough. There are places in this world, gray places, where nothing grows, where something fell, and fed, and left, leaving only silence. If you ever find yourself near such a place, near a valley that's too quiet, ground that's too gray, water that glows at night, I have one piece of advice. Walk away. Some mysteries are better left unsolved. As for the Gardner family, well, they're among the stars now, aren't they? Part of something grander and more terrible than any of us can imagine. I do hope, in whatever form they exist now, they've found peace. This has been The Chromatic Blight, a tale of cosmic horror, Lovecraftian terror, and the profound, uncomfortable realization that we are not the center of the universe. I do hope you enjoyed the show, or at the very least found it illuminating. Remember, some colors are better left in the dark. Good night.